Welcome to the 95 Shop and welcome to the Fletcher Wolf Racing YouTube channel. This has been a long and tedious process at times, but it's finally time to fire the engine in our brand new 2025 Warrior Dirt Late model. Little update from the 95 shop. The race car is built, it runs, it drives, it's got a body on it. No wrap yet, but that'll be coming here shortly. And yeah, I'll give you guys a quick look at the car. We're gonna drive it down to our little wash bay situation and flood the radiator and the cooling system and just flush it out. Make sure everything in there is good. And then, yeah, Fletcher's gonna drive it around a little bit, make sure that the temperature is good, and then we'll bring it back into the shop and we have a little list, a little work list of stuff that we want to do before testing next week. We've tried to test 3 days in a row now, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is Saturday. Unfortunately, we've gotten rained out. The track has gotten rain every single one of those days that we've tried to test so far this week, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it gives us a little bit extra time to get things squared away on the car. We also had a race penciled in for tonight in Georgia, and that race has also been rained out. So lots of rain this week. Like I said, a little bit of a bummer, but we have some extra time to get some extra work done on the car as well as on the trailer. I did a lot of work to the trailer over our off season and the beginning of the year. It's still not the prettiest sight from the outside, but it's a lot more functional. So I'll give you a quick sneak peek at kind of what some of our trailer setup was. We actually were loaded and ready to go to the track yesterday before it rained out. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a look at our kind of like loading setup. Fletcher and Dad are working on putting a secondary winch in the back of the trailer as well today. So they're in the middle of doing some fab work on that. So first I'll give you a look at the car. I'll show you kind of it riding around the building a little bit, as well as flushing out the cooling system and a little bit of a look at the trailer, and we'll go from there. Here's the car. You can see Fletcher is doing some work in the cockpit to make himself a little bit more comfortable. Here's a quick look down into the driver's compartment with our Butler built seat. We've got the front cowl open. You can see some of the electrics in there, the MSD box, stuff like that. And then we've also got the hood off. The hood's just sitting on the roof. So here is a little look at the engine bay. No wrap, like I said, yet, but I think I'm going to wrap it this week before we go testing, as long as we have time. There's another look at the engine bay. You can see kind of some of the plumbing that it takes. There's a lot of plumbing to get this thing to be happy, so lots of different joints and fittings like that. You can see some of our fire system here, which is pointed at the engine. We also have a fire system that points in the cockpit, as well as one at the fuel cell in the back. Here's a look at the right side of the car. These cars are really interesting how the right front is like outside the bodywork. It's like almost trying to be an open wheel car on the right front here. And this has been getting more and more aggressive as time goes on. The chassis builders and stuff are making this right front stick out more and more and more, which is pretty interesting. It's not really like anything else we've ever raced before. Got our AT21 spoiler on there. Here's a look at the back of the car. It's kind of dark under here right now with the lighting in here. And then back to the driver's side. So here's a look at our little load setup. So we've got a cart of tires and wheels here, spare wheels and tires. Got our little day tray, which has just kind of like odds and ends stuff. It's a couple spares. Under the bench we keep our air compressor as well as some other parts and pieces. Just got this on here because this blanket was covering the tires before we left. And then we've got a bench. This is where our spring smasher goes, and our hardware cart, toolbox, and then fuel area. We just carry a drum with us and then 3 jugs. And yeah, this is kind of just a little look at the trailer as it's kind of been loaded up. Diamond plate on the floor all the way through. Really good lighting thanks to our buddy Adam. The ceiling is still not been done yet. I'm going to do the ceiling whenever we have the time. We've been absolutely flat out getting this car finished, so I'll do the ceiling as soon as I can. But this is kind of just a little sneak peek. The car is so wide that it's really hard to fit into this trailer, so we use ramp overs and we kind of have to squeeze the body to get it in. But we make it work. We make do with what we have. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this cooling system flushed. All right, so we're just down in our little wash bay here. You can see we've got a hose set up. Hose goes into the top of the radiator, exactly where the engine also hooks into the top of the radiator. And the idea is here we're going to idle the motor and just kind of let the water pump through the whole system. And since we're using fresh water straight from the tap, eventually, right now we have a little bit of a brown bubbly water. We want that to be running clear before we're done so that we know that we're good and flushed. And so the idea is that all the water in the system, once it starts running clear out of the engine, that means that everything else in the engine is clear, the whole system is flushed, and we don't have anything nasty in there that we don't want. thank you very much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. In our next video, this car is going to be hitting the racetrack. I'm actually getting ready right now to put the body on and load it up in the box to go testing at Cherokee. So that should be the next video on the channel. Yeah, stay tuned, make sure to like, subscribe, and we will see you guys at the racetrack.